Friends and viewer, ancient Greece. This is one of the part of the Greek mythology, the story of the unfortunate Medusa. Medusa is a figure of tragic complexity in an ancient Greek mythology, often seen as a symbol of beauty turned to horror. She was originally a mortal woman, renowned for her striking beauty and long flowing hair. Medusa served as a priestess in the temple of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare, where she vowed to remain celibate and dedicated herself to the goddess. However, Medusa's fate took a dark turn when she attracted the attention of Poseidon, the powerful god of the sea. In many versions of myth, Poseidon assaulted Medusa within the sacred confines of Athena's temple. This act of violation was not only an assault on Medusa, but also a desecration of Athena's sanctuary. The story highlights a crucial aspects of Medusa's tragedy. She did not invite this fate, nor did she willingly participate. She was the victim of Poseidon's desire. Furious about the violation of her temple, Athena chose to punish Medusa rather than Poseidon, who had committed the act. This decision reflects the often arbitrary and harsh nature of divine justice in Greek mythology. Rather than holding Poseidon accountable, Athena transformed Medusa into a gorgon, a creature with snake for hair and a gaze that could turn anyone to stone. This transformation stripped Medusa of her beauty and humanity, turning her into a figure of horror and isolation. As Gorgon, Medusa was cast out from her from society, shunned by those who once admired her. She retreated to a desolate cave with her two immortal sisters, Steno and Euryale, who also shared the Gorgon curse. While her sisters were immortal, Medusa was mortal, destined to live a life filled with fear and solitude. The very transformation meant to punish her turned her into a monster, a victim once again now feared and reviled. Over time, tales of Medusa spread, painting her as a villain rather than a victim. People told stories of her terrifying appearance, avoiding her at all costs and depicting her in art and literature as a creature of to be feared. Despite her fearsome reputation, a sense of pity lingered for Medusa, as she was ultimately a victim of the whims of the gods. Medusa's tragic narrative reached a turning point when the hero Perseus was assigned the task of slaying her. King Polydectes of Serepos, who desired to marry Perseus' mother, Danae, sent Perseus on this seemingly impossible quest. Unbeknownst to him, the mission was not just a test of strength, but a confrontation with the injustice that had befallen Medusa. To prepare for his journey, Perseus received gifts from the gods, winged sandals from Hermes, a polished shield from Athena, a sword from Hephaestus, and a helmet of invisibility from Hades. Armed with these divine tools, he set out to confront Medusa. Upon arriving at the cave of the Gorgons, Perseus approached with caution, remembering the warning about Medusa's gaze. He used the reflection in Athena's polished shield to guide his movement. As Medusa lay asleep, he struck swiftly, beheading her without ever looking into her eyes. In that moment, he eliminated the monster she had become, but he also extinguished the last remnants of her humanity. With Medusa's severed head in hand, Perseus fled the cave, narrowly escaping the wrath of her enraged sister. The head, however, retained its power. It could still petrify anyone who looked upon it. Perseus utilized this power in his further adventures, defeating the sea monsters, Cetus, and saving Andromeda. But Medusa's tragic tale lingered in the shadows. Eventually, Perseus returned to Serapos, where he used Medusa's head to turn King Polydectes and his followers to stone, freeing his mother from the king's unwanted advances. Afterward, he gave Medusa's head to Athena, who placed it on her shield, the Aegis, where it served as a protective symbol. Medusa's story serves as a powerful reflection on a victimhood and often unjust nature of divine retribution. Once a beautiful woman, her transformation into a monster was not a consequence of her own action, but rather a punishment for an act committed against her. In the end, Medusa remains a tragic figure, a symbol of complexities of beauty, the consequences of divine anger, and the injustices faced by the victims in a world governed by capricious gods. So, this is the story of unfortunate Medusa, that poor Medusa, who's, who is guiltless and who became the victim into the hands of the god, sea god Poseidon. I hope this is very interesting story in a ancient Greek mythology. You will enjoy it. Thank you.